Examination for working capital management. What is important? What you supposed to study? The first one, working capital cycle, computation of working capital cycle. Second one, estimation of working capital, how to estimate the working capital. Third one, cash management model. Fourth one, credit granting decision. And the fifth one, factoring. These are all the 5 areas you should be thorough for practical purpose. I'll repeat one more time in details. First one I said working capital cycle. So with respect to working capital cycle, computation of working capital cycle, you have to identify. Simple question, 4 or 5 mark question, chances are there with respect to computation of working capital cycle. You know what is called working capital cycle? Time duration required for which conversion of cash into cash equivalent, thereafter back into cash is called working capital cycle. So we have to express in terms of days or months, raw material plus WIP plus finished goods plus debtor minus creditor is equal to the working capital cycle. So how many days you have to identify? And the number of operating cycle also they lost for 5 mark. Number of operating cycle is equal to 365 divided by operating cycle is equal to number of operating cycle. For your kind information, the entire financial management confusion will arise with respect to 365, the number 365. Remember one thing, 1 year is equal to 365 only. We have to take 365 only. Many occasion in past exam question, RTP, MTPs and all, for the purpose of rounding off purpose, they have taken 360 days instead of 365 days. So students accustomed to solve many problem by way of 360. But in examination, question paper, in the question is silent means you have to take 365 only. Only specific information is there. Year consists of 360 days. Then only you have to take 360 days. Else you have to take only 365 days only. So it's applicable for the entire FM, including ratio analysis, all the topic. 1 year is equal to 365 only you have to take. Otherwise, reduction in mark will be there. Second one, totally followed 5 parts with respect to working capital. Second part, you should be strong in estimation of working capital. With respect to estimation of working capital, there are 2 methods are there. One time they asked methods of estimation of working capital, direct theory question itself. Student happily they wrote total approach and cash cost approach. But that's not the correct answer. We have reduced the mark. 2 methods are there for the purpose of computation of working capital. One is method 1, another one is method 2. In method 1, 2 ways are there to compute working capital. One is estimation of, one is by way of operating cycle. Another one is by way of estimation of each and every component of current asset and current liability. In method 2, 2 approaches are there, total approach and cash cost approach. Therefore, kindly make sure to learn estimation of working capital practical questions. 4 different problem, 4 varieties of the problem you should be strong. By way of operating cycle also you should be in the position to know how to estimate. By way of second one, by way of one, estimation of each and every component of current asset and current liability you should know how to estimate. Then by way of total approach and by way of cash cost approach. While doing the estimation, you should be very careful. They ask you to add some contingency or safety margin or cushion. For example, 10%. Please read carefully with respect to question. 10% on what? 10% safety margin means directly can add 10%. Whatever the current asset minus current liability is equal to working capital, add 10%. Sometimes 10% inclusive of that working capital, the word will be there. In this juncture, working capital, estimated working capital, add 10% safety margin, total is equal to estimated required amount of working capital. That estimated required amount of working capital 100, that inclusive of 10% means remaining 90% is the current asset minus current liability. So 90% is equal to whatever the computation part you got it. Then 10% is how much, 100% how much, you have to do the reverse working. There twist will be there in examination. There chance of committing mistakes are there. Then total approach and cash cost approach, rules you have to identify, rules you have to remember with respect to estimation, total approach and cash cost approach for raw material, WAP, finished goods, debtor and creditor. If the question is silent, whether you have to solve the problem by way of total approach or cash cost approach, that confusion will arise. If the question is silent, mean in general in question paper, they ask you to prepare by way of total approach or by way of cash cost approach. Very frequently they are asking by way of cash cost approach. Suppose the question is silent, then which approach you have to take? Remember, depreciation element and profit elements are there in this question. And condition, depreciation and profit elements are there in this question. It is better to solve the problem only by way of cash cost approach. Else, you can go by way of total approach. So, first part, computation of working capital cycle. Second part, estimation of working capital over. Third one is cash management model. There are two cash management models, models are there. One is J. Baumol's model, another one is Miller-Orr cash management model. J. Baumol's model, similar to EOQ approach, formula-based approach. You can expect 5 more questions out of J. Baumol's model, practical problem. Miller-Orr cash management model, uneven cash flow based on assumption of uneven cash flow. There you can expect theory part, direct theory. Then fourth segment is credit granting decision. Whether we have to grant credit or not. With respect to grant credit, we have to do cost benefit analysis. Whether 40 days credit, 50 days credit, 60 days credit, you have to do the cost benefit analysis. The speciality in this problem, they will give 2 by 10 net 40. This terminology will be there. 2 by 10 net 40. Number may be going to change. 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 10 or 3 by 20 net 45. Number is different. Okay, 2 by 10 for example. 2 by 10 net 40. Net 40 represent credit periods. 2 by 10 in 2 represent cash discount. By 10 represent payment period. In general, 40 days credit period is there. But if you are going to repay the fund on or before 10th day, you will get 2% cash discount. That is the significance of 2 by 10 net 40. Clear? Based on that, they lost the question. With respect to credit granting decision, I said cost benefit analysis you have to do. What is cost and what is benefit? In general, one benefit. Why I am granting credit? I want to increase the profit. Therefore, incremental profit, nothing but incremental contribution is my benefit for me. Cost represent two costs. One is bad debts will arise because of the credit sales. Another one is interest opportunity cost will arise. So, opportunity cost computation, commonly committed mistake. We have to compute based on debtor. In that cost of the debtor you have to derive. Out of cost of the debtor you have to compute opportunity cost. And one more important thing. Sometimes fixed cost may remain constant. Sometimes depending upon the credit period, fixed cost also sometimes varies. If fixed cost remain constant irrespective of the credit granting period, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, the fixed cost remain constant all the period, then contribution is the criteria for the purpose of selection with respect to benefit. If fixed cost varies, mean contribution minus fixed cost, the profit is the criteria. Accordingly, the impact with respect to cost side, cost of the debtor, only variable cost in case of fixed cost remain constant. If the fixed cost varies, means variable cost and fixed cost component you are supposed to take. These are all the significance with respect to credit granting decision. And last part is what? Factoring. Factoring based problem also most important for your examination. So computation of factoring. Factoring always you have to compute based on debtor. Clear? So credit sales will be there. Out of which you have to identify the debtor. Credit sale, total credit sale will be there. Out of which you have to identify the debtor. Debtor represent balance sheet figure. Credit sales represent P&L account figure. But we need balance sheet figure. Debtor. Based on debtor, you have to identify the factoring. Factoring with the decision making also will be there. Bank interest how much and the factoring out of which how much the cost of the factoring you have to evaluate. Which one is advisable you have to identify. So these are all the 5 segments you should be thorough with respect to working capital management in addition to the theory, important theory parts. So what are all the 5 segments for practical problem or working capital? I'll repeat. Working capital cycle, estimation of working capital, cash management model, credit granting decision and factoring. If you are thorough means working capital over.